Russian soldiers fired at a drone approaching them on the front line and recorded the footage, but things did not go as planned. When the soldiers failed to shoot down the drone, it crashed directly into the location where the Russian soldiers were stationed. Russian soldiers were seriously injured by shrapnel fragments scattered around with the explosion. A Russian soldier hiding among tankers was detected by fiber optic FPV drones. The soldier, who struggled to escape the drone, was unable to evade it despite performing rapid maneuvers. After a prolonged chase, the Russian soldier became the drone's target. Russian soldiers traveling by vehicle on the road became the target of an FPV drone. Realizing the drone had come to attack, the soldiers immediately jumped out of the vehicle. However, one of the soldiers was unable to escape, becoming the drone's target. Here, an FPV drone enters an abandoned house and finds a hidden Russian soldier. Soldiers who escaped from the tank hit by a mine became the target of an FPV drone while searching for a place to hide. One of the soldiers trying to escape did not survive. An armored personnel carrier was standing motionless right in the middle of the front line. Shortly thereafter, it was hit by a drone carrying anti-tank missiles. It was rendered inoperable along with its ammunition. A Ukrainian FPV drone spotted a Russian soldier hiding among the ruins. An FPV drone attack was immediately launched on the destroyed house. Despite the intensity of the attack, the Russian soldier who was hiding managed to survive the first attack by sheer luck. The soldier who survived hid in another location, unaware that he was being tracked by a drone. A second drone attack was carried out on the new location where the soldier was hiding. What do you think about FPV drone attacks? Russian soldiers continue to be caught alone by FPV drones along the front line. Many soldiers became targets of the drones without being able to respond. Since the beginning of the war, numerous soldiers have been continuously detected and targeted by kamikaze and FPV drones. Most of the losses suffered by Russian forces are due to FPV drone attacks. The drone threat is growing every day, and neither side has been able to develop any defense against it. Here is a soldier carrying water in the Donetsk region. He has left his trenches and gone to find water. But on this desolate and unsafe road, he has now become the target of a drone. Before the soldier could understand what was happening, the drone approaching to attack struck him directly. In the Lyman region, a Russian T-72 tank was targeted by the Ukrainian Signum Battalion. Subsequently, many Russian tanks in the area were again targeted by FPV drones. Despite their very thick armor and additional armor added for defense against drones, the tanks were still unable to escape the drones. The drones, equipped with high explosives, were rendered ineffective one by one. A kamikaze drone attack was carried out on a trench where Russian soldiers were stationed. After the first attack, a soldier emerged from the trench in a state of panic. The soldier quickly moved away from the area and entered another trench. The soldier was shot by drones in the new trench he entered. By chance, the soldier survived this attack and came out again. But this time, with nowhere to hide, the soldier became the drone's target. A Russian armored personnel carrier was hit by an FPV kamikaze drone while transporting new soldiers to the front. Even as the drone approached, the soldiers did not see the attack coming from behind them. A BMP-2 vehicle was spotted stuck in mud, unable to move. Taking advantage of the military vehicle's predicament, Ukrainian forces immediately attacked it. The 155th Mechanized Brigade's 3rd Unmanned Aerial Vehicles launched an attack on Russian positions in the Pocrsk region. The Pocrsk region is a place they say is under Russian control, but Ukrainian forces carried out massive drone attacks here. Russian soldiers stationed in many places in the region faced drone attacks all day long. They were forced to evacuate many villages and towns. Many Russian soldiers and positions were neutralized by attacks. Russian forces continue to suffer heavy losses in the region. Why do you think Russian forces are so vulnerable to drone attacks? Drones belonging to Ukraine's 4th Heavy Mechanized Brigade detected a Russian soldier. The soldier, who was wandering alone in the Zaporizhzhia region, continued to roam around unaware of the drones. Shortly thereafter, the drones dropped a bomb on the soldier. A Shahed drone was shot down using manpads. Another attack was launched on the Russian soldier's trench. After the attack, the 2 surviving soldiers got out and immediately fled, entering a new location. However, unable to find sufficient cover, one of the soldiers remained outside. The soldier left in the open area was targeted by a rapidly approaching drone. The soldier fired his weapon at the drone, but still couldn't stop it. A Ukrainian attack drone infiltrated a forest. It first conducted a quick reconnaissance. The advancing drone first detected a motorcycle. It became clear that Russian soldiers were hiding here. The drone flew a little further, and this time spotted military camouflage hanging from a tree. It was now certain that Russian soldiers were here somewhere. After detecting everything, including military communication antennas, they approached the Russian soldiers' trenches. A few meters later, the FPV drone quickly detected the Russian soldiers' shelter. The drone entered the shelter with a high explosive and detonated itself. Ukraine's 93rd Mechanized Brigade launched drone attacks in the Pocrsk region. Controlling an area of several kilometers with drones, the brigade detected and targeted Russian soldiers and motorcycle military units one by one. A Russian mechanized battalion moved toward Ukrainian positions in the Donetsk region to launch an attack, but encountered unexpected Ukrainian resistance. The mechanized unit, which was completely defenseless against drones, came under attack. FPV drones and kamikaze drones attacked the Russian mechanized unit for hours. A large number of Russian armored vehicles were rendered ineffective. How do you think these drones can be prevented? Ukrainian forces carried out a major sabotage operation in Moscow, successfully blowing up the main gasoline, diesel fuel, and jet fuel pipelines leading to the Russian capital. A drone belonging to the 63rd Mechanized Infantry Battalion pursued a soldier. When the soldier noticed the drone following him, a chase ensued between them. The soldier made a great effort to shoot down the drone. He fired and ran, but he couldn't escape the drone's maneuvers. There was nowhere to hide in the field. He kept firing until he ran out of ammunition. But there wasn't even a tree anywhere he could take cover. The soldier, now exhausted and unable to escape, finally became the drone's target. Ukrainian border guards from the Aquila drone unit struck Russian shelters and communication antennas along the Kursk and northern Slobozhanshchina axes yesterday, losing at least 2 Russian soldiers. A Russian FAB glide bomb failed to hit its target. The bomb bounced off the ground where it landed and fell to another location. A large explosion occurred. Russian soldiers were traveling on top of a vehicle when they unexpectedly became the target of an FPV drone. The soldiers on the vehicle fired at the drone but failed to shoot it down. Ukrainian SBU operators targeted a house where Russian soldiers were located using FP2 unmanned aerial vehicles carrying 105 kilograms warheads. Dozens of Russian soldiers lost their lives in the attack. Kamikaze drone attacks were then carried out on many different houses in the vicinity. During the operation, which lasted for hours, a large number of Russian soldiers were neutralized. and much of the Russian military equipment and gear was also destroyed. The Ukrainian Hydra unit, attached to the 137th Marine Infantry Battalion of the 35th Marine Infantry Brigade, destroyed Russian ambush FPV drones waiting in ambush along the Ukrainian soldiers' transit routes. Several FPV drones that had set up ambushes in the direction of Kurakova were neutralized in this manner. As the war rages on, casualties are mounting on the front lines.